There Will Be Blood, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, is a masterpiece. Every so often I see a film that reinforces just how much I love movies. This is one of them. The film follows Daniel Plainview, played by Daniel Day-Lewis, a greedy oil tycoon who sets up a booming oil enterprise in California during the early 20th century, but finds a rival in Eli Sunday, Paul Dano, the righteous local preacher. I've said it before, but I love character studies, and There Will Be Blood is a triumph. Daniel Plainview is a greedy, ruthless, misanthropic, egocentric, evil son of a bitch, but it's hard not to be mesmerized by his grand, benevolent speeches and his unwavering drive and ambition. His apparent respect and care for his son H.W., Dylan Frazier, and brother Henry, Kevin J. O'Connor, also suggest that there is some good in him. But Plainview has built a facade to match his oil empire. Without giving away any specifics, nearly everything he does has an ulterior, self-serving motive behind it, and the extent of this doesn't become clear until the bitter ending. Moreover, much like Richard III, of which, incidentally, the version starring Ian McKellen is one of my favorite movies, Plainview has an awe-inspiring level of cunning, resourcefulness, and ruthlessness, and it's somehow magnificent to see him use his terrible mind to amass great wealth and lord over other men. Daniel Day-Lewis may be one of the greatest film actors ever, and it would be inadequate to say that Day-Lewis plays Plainview to perfection, playing the character with great gusto and conviction. There are only a small few actors for whom nothing of the actor comes through in the performance, and the character is all that we see. Like Heath Ledger as the Joker, or Philip Seymour Hoffman as Truman Capote, Day-Lewis becomes Plainview in this film. Eli Sunday, Plainview's counterpart and nemesis, is another great character. Eli captivates the townsfolk with his warmth and animated, fervent sermons, and hates Plainview for exploiting the people and caring only about his profits. Even so, Eli and Plainview are quite alike. They both hold strong power and influence over the region, so much so that they regard each other as a threat, and are both intent on their own cause, in Eli's case, providing for his church. The parallels between them are fascinating, and their rivalry, as they defy and try to use each other to advance themselves, forms one of many compelling threads in the narrative. There Will Be Blood has a 3-act narrative, but it's better to view it in terms of setup and payoff. The first 2 acts are devoted to character development and Plainview's schemes, and most of the plot points relating to Plainview's son, his brother Henry, the Standard Oil representatives who want to buy his oil projects, and the pipeline he wishes to build are resolved by the end of the 2nd act. But the 3rd act is an epilogue that brings the story forward several years, finally wrapping up Plainview's relationships with H.W. and Eli, and conjuring a disturbing mix of conflicting emotions in us. Drunk, grizzled, miserly, and stripped of all pretense and illusion, Plainview is more disgusting than ever, but his revenge on Eli for the abuse and degradation he suffered during his forced initiation into Eli's church is oh so satisfying. The ending, in case you didn't know already, is where the
"I drink your milkshake"
meme came from. There Will Be Blood is a dark, compelling portrait of a great and terrible man whose anger and madness rise with his wealth. He's the kind of man who Ayn Rand would have mad, crazy lust for. The only thing I don't like about the film is its soundtrack. Sometimes the repetitive, abrasive music fits the mood of a scene, but most of the time I found it irritating. Otherwise, There Will Be Blood is an outstanding movie. I loved it. There Will Be Blood earns 4.5 stars out of 5. Thanks for watching. Cheers.